One of the main reasons why black people are not able to make more progress than they have is because we've had great historians, great writers, great mathematicians, great inventors. We had a lot of great people in history that never even get known to the younger generation. And that's one of the things that's very important. And living in a country where black people were bought or sold for over 400 years, why would one slave master give his ex-slave and a present slave also knowledge that are going to help free his mind and his behind? So, you know, like one of the quotes I remember from back in the day, I think it was Marcus Garvey. He said, if a man is robbing you of your wages, what makes you think he's going to give you the knowledge or the education to let you be aware that he's robbing you of your wages? And, you know, wages mean symbolically, it could be, it could mean a lot of things, but he's basically talking about why is a man going to give you knowledge to free you when he purposely brought you over here to enslave your mind and your behind? So, you know, we talk about education, and the reality of education is not anything unless it's going to put you in the mind state of power, economic power, you know, inventive power, economical power, how to be a producer versus a consumer. You know, if you want to be a consumer, that's your business, but people have to be in the mindset of being a producer also. You know, we go to restaurants every day. We eat out every day. Put a lot of bad food in our bodies, a lot of bad thoughts in our mind. And so a proper education will offset all this. You know, we didn't come into this country as slaves. You know, there was a form of slavery in Africa, just like there was a form of slavery all over the world. Africa don't have no monopoly on that. Slavery's been around pretty much since the beginning of existence of man. So we have to keep that in mind. You know, and the way our children are taught in the classroom was like we ain't never been nothing but slaves. But they never taught about the great kingdoms, the great crafts, the great trades, the great inventions that we came up with. Hell, we taught the world about writing. You look at your oldest writing systems, the hieroglyphics. You know, they come out of Egypt and off of that East Coast. You know, I'm sure it was writing in other parts of Africa, but that's the one that's been documented and the most talked about and the least understood among black people and just people in general. The world actually thinks Egypt is white. I mean, Egypt is not white. Egypt is in Africa. Northeast Africa. And they talk about the Nile River all the time, and the Nile River is a river that runs through the heart of Africa, over 4,000 miles long. So we have to start trying to get an understanding of this. But what I was alluding to earlier was the fact that, you know, a lot of our people, they go to the Schaumburg in New York. They listen to a lot of historians, but the masses of our people never even get the knowledge that these instructors in the universities are putting out about African history. A lot of these writers, like Naeem Marquardt, Dr. Ben, Leonard Jeffries, Wayne Chandler, Ivan Van Sertima. Let's talk about even back in the day. Drusilla Houston, The Wonderful World of the Kushite Ethiopians, Professor Leo Hansberry, Dr. Chancellor Williams, Leela Pendleton. She's back in the day, around like maybe like the turn of the century. She was doing her thing, a woman historian, laying it down. But the masses of our people never hear about these people, though. The masses of our people, and really black people in general, all they hear about is slavery. All our kids hear about is slavery. You was a slave. Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass. Booker T. Washington. Now, I want to talk about Booker T. When we talk about Booker T, they give you Up From Slavery, the autobiography did, but they don't never even see the other books. The Being Chapters of My Life. You know, the Negro, the Negro Problem. His Sunday talks that he gave to his students at Tuskegee. How many people know Tuskegee was actually a manufacturing college? It's just like a factory. They made beds there, wagon wheels, wagon harnesses. They made orthopedic shoes. The science of canning. Tuskegee made their own bricks to build their own buildings. Think about that. Think about that. So it's imperative that not just college students be exposed to good knowledge about the inventiveness of the African mind, creativity of the African mind. You know, the masses of our people got to be exposed to this knowledge. And so that's what we're striving for.